with Detroit and Brooklyn separated by a half game in the standings and having split 2 meetings this season. Monday's matchup would provide the winner with the tiebreaker at the end of the season if it's needed. Detroit came in having won 5 in a row, Brooklyn 3 in a row. But D'Angelo Russell and the Nets came out with a sense of urgency that the Pistons just did not match. An early 10-point lead here for the Nets when Reggie Jackson goes down, inadvertently kicked in the nether regions by Jarrett Allen. Jackson, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, would have to leave the game. Rodions Kurucs coming up with the steal and the slam on the other end. He did exactly that a couple of times in this ball game. Then Spencer Dinwiddie pull up 3. He had 19 points. Brooklyn on top by 26 at halftime. It was 61-35. And D'Angelo Russell keeping it going in the second half. Finds Allen Crabbe for 3. Then Russell, the no-look to Joe Harris. As D'Angelo had 7 assists, here comes an oop to Jarrett Allen. Brooklyn runs away with it, 103-75. The Nets have won 4 in a row. They're now in 6th, ahead of the Pistons by a half game as they embark now on a 7-game road trip. Kawhi Leonard back in the lineup for the Toronto Raptors on Monday after missing their previous game due to load management. He came in averaging over 31 points and 9 rebounds a game against Cleveland this season as the Raptors had won each of the first 3 meetings. Leonard had 25 in the ball game, as you saw the three-pointer, and then Colin Sexton matching Leonard. As Sexton went for 28 points in the ball game. Cleveland by 4 at halftime, and the Cavs keeping it going. Sexton for 3 again. Then Kevin Love, who had 16 points and 18 rebounds. He knocks down a 3 as well. But what will be remembered from this game happened later in the third. Things getting physical. Raptors inbounding at the end of the third, a long pass, and Serge Ibaka goes to the ground. Marquise Chris getting tangled up with Serge, who then grabs the neck of Marquise Chris, and the two just go at it. Ibaka none too pleased, and as Chris was walking away, Serge Ibaka attacked. The two would obviously get ejected as they get into a scuffle. I'm sure they'll be hearing from the league about this, as it was an early exit for both of them. Back to basketball, though, and the Cavs showing some positive gains here since the All-Star break. 5-4 since the break, including Monday's win as Cedi Osman gets the layup in the foul. He had 19 points, 6 Cavs players in double figures, a costly loss for the Raptors in the standings as they lose to lowly Cleveland by 25. Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards opening up a 5-game homestand Monday, taking on the Sacramento Kings, who were 4 games back of the last playoff spots in the Western Conference. Bradley Beal, an easy reverse drive right there as Washington opens up an early lead. Jabari Parker extending it to 14 with a 3-ball, but De'Aaron Fox and the Kings would close the gap in the second quarter. Fox, hustling for the loose ball, takes it all the way to the other end for 2. Then a nice give and go with Harry Giles. Fox had 14 points in the second quarter, 23 in the game on the heels of a 30-point effort Saturday against the Knicks. Kings erased the early deficit to end up leading at halftime by 1. But Bradley Beal had other plans in the second half. He took his game to another level. How good has he been in the absence of John Wall? A bona fide all-star now, Mr. Beal. Look at him stealing and rim rocking on the other end. But De'Aaron Fox, with Sacramento down by 3, imposing his will. He gets the jumper in the lane. Then Fox, the outlet pass to Buddy Hield for the reverse. Hield had 15 points, 6 below his average, but he gives Sacramento a 1-point edge. But Beal would get the last say in this thing. 27 points, 21 of them coming in the second half. He added 9 rebounds and 9 assists. Washington wins by 6. They're now just 3.5 behind Miami for 8th in the East with 15 to play.
Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz playing host to Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are in the first half, and the Thunder starting off hot. Westbrook backing down and hits the step-back fade away. Then Paul George off the screen hits the step-back jumper. The step-back in vogue Off the inbounds, Steven Adams hits the jump hook that he did not step back from. Then Paul George picks off the pass and the nice toss ahead to Jeremy Grant for the jam. Paul George, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 steals in the game. OKC up 50-37. Third quarter, Utah comes out strong. Donovan Mitchell from nearly half court lobs it up to Rudy Gobert, who throws it down. Then Mitchell driving for the layup, and the lead is down to 5. And Schroeder, though, picking up the pace, drives and hits the lefty layup high off of glass there. Then it's Schroeder sizing up and knocking down a three-pointer. He had 13 points in the quarter, 24.7 rebounds on the game. And OKC now up by 15. Not to be outdone, it's Donovan Mitchell just putting Nerlens Noel in the spin cycle. This is a Smitty's under the rim nominee, and after this play, he wasn't done. Donovan Mitchell has some more, driving and going above the rim for the jam. He had 25 points, 5 assists, 5 steals. OKC still up by 8. Russell Westbrook looks to put the Jazz away. Hits the fall away there. Then from the U in Utah, knocks down the 3. 23 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. OKC gets the win, 98-89. Boston Celtics in LA taking on the Clippers in Game 2 of NBA TV's doubleheader. In the first quarter, it's Danilo Gallinari starting off hot, making the deep 3 here, and he was just getting rolling. Gallinari now working on a tough jump shot. He had 25 points in the game, and the Clippers up 17-14. Kyrie Irving responds. He had a double-double in this game. 18 points, 11 assists. This, the knockdown three-pointer. The Clippers still up 6. Lou Williams needs 28 points in this one to pass Del Curry for the most bench points of all time. Williams hesitates, then drives past Al Horford for the layup. Then Williams driving and making the tough jumper. 59-46, the Clippers up by 13. Second half, more from Williams. Making the leaner, then Williams pulling up for 3 like he did back in the days at South Gwinnett. Now Williams, 2 points shy of passing Curry, drives in for the layup and the record. And Clippers owner Steve Ballmer loving every minute of it. Watch it again, Lou Williams driving in for the record. He is the new king of bench scoring all time, and the Clippers up by 20 with the record in hand. Williams adds the cherry on top, crossing up Terry Rozier, getting inside, making the layup, plus the foul. He'd have 34 points on the game. The Clippers win it, 140-115.
James Harden and the Houston Rockets have won 8 games in a row, but Harden had only 20 points last game. It snapped a streak of 43 straight games where he had led Houston in scoring, and on Monday against the Charlotte Hornets, he decided that was enough of that. Knocks down a corner 3 after he feeds Eric Gordon for 3. Houston by 16, and they were adding to it in the second quarter. Chris Paul finds Clint Capella for 2. Then Harden in transition, lobbing to Kenneth Faried for the slam. And then Harden decides, I've assisted. It's time for me to keep this one myself. Floater in the paint, good for 2 more. Houston led by 29 at that point, their largest lead of the game. They led by 27 at halftime. Kemba Walker, a bright spot for the Hornets, a very bright spot at that. He was 14 of 20 from the floor, including 6 of 6 from beyond the arc. He scored 40 points, had 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, but unfortunately for he and the Hornets, including Monday night's game, Charlotte is just 1-5 this season when he scores at least 40. And that's because Harden and company were just way too much. He had 28 points, 10 assists. Houston wins 118-106. Make it 9 straight wins for the Rockets. They're now just 2 games back of Denver for second in the West.